So yeah, I'm just going to give a very quick introduction and then we're going to go straight into breakout rooms and actually get exploring and experimenting together. So as we know, AI is having a huge impact on how we do research. And the QAA has recently suggested that it's an academic literacy, a new graduate attribute, which we should be preparing students to use in the workplace. So this creates a challenge, which is there's a variety of emerging frameworks for AI literacy, some of them incorporating computing students, like even going up to like creating AI applications, which is not what I'm interested in. There's some other frameworks for kind of general AI literacy, but there's not really a kind of specific competence-based framework for study skills, which really spells out, what we should be teaching on study skills courses and how that relates to these more general and transferable AI literacy skills. But what I have found quite useful so far in just thinking about this is the University of Glasgow's simple student-facing guidance, which is that we want students to use AI effectively, ethically, critically, and transparently. So I'm kind of at the stage of thinking about, what would it look like to redesign a research project course to develop these skills for students, and also to develop a kind of nuanced understanding of what is acceptable and what's not acceptable. With a focus on undergraduate research project writing. Now, the tools I've included today for us to have a play around with are free, or they have a bit of a free trial. So that's a consideration as well when we're making the activities. So I'm going to actually jump straight in and share the resources that we're going to be playing around with. So the scenario for today then is you're an undergraduate or pre-undergraduate student studying civil engineering or another major, if you like. It's just you're taking a study skills course in which you're going to write a 2,500 word source-based report, giving a stance and supporting it with academic sources. And you're going to use AI tools to augment the process of choosing your topic and research question. So the start of the process is choosing the topic. The next stage I've included is searching for sources, and finally proofreading and editing. So for the searching for sources stage, for the choosing a topic stage, I've included some sample prompts, 4 sample prompts. So you're going to input the sample prompts to the AI tools listed below, and then answer the question. So which one do you think was most effective? Was there a difference in the effectiveness of the prompts? And what kind of AI literacy skills do you think the student might be developing through them, through this task? So if you follow the links here, it will take you to Microsoft Copilot, Perplexity, Site Assistant, where you get 2 free prompts, but it's an interesting tool, and ChatGPT 3.5. So many of you have probably already registered with that, but if not, you have to register. There's some criteria here to consider when evaluating the AI outputs for choosing a topic. Oh, hang on a second, my screen sharing's paused. Zoom share. Try that again. Just want to show you the next worksheet. Searching for sources stage. Again, some AI tools to try, a sample prompt, and some questions to think about to evaluate the effectiveness of the tools. And again, here, a couple of tools.
So there's some question in the chat of whether you could share those worksheets.
I'm going to share them in just a second.
All right, thank you.
And the final stage that I've included for today is proofreading and editing. So there's 2 prompts to try, proofread and rewrite. There's an example paragraph to put into the tools. Here are the tools. And there's some questions to evaluate the responses. And you can, as a point of comparison, maybe bear in mind this paragraph here at the end, which was proofread by a professional human proofreader. And just, consider that when you're evaluating the responses of the tools. Think about not just how it proofreads the paragraph, but also the comments it makes on it. Because we've asked it to explain the changes it's made. Okay, so I'm going to stick that in the chat. There's a link there, a Padlet link. So I believe Flo's going to divide everyone into 3 groups. So according to the group you're in, so group 1, choosing a topic, group 2, searching for sources, group 3, proofreading. Open the appropriate worksheet, have a try, and we'll come back in 8 minutes. All right, welcome back, everyone. We've got a few minutes left. So can I ask someone from group 1 to just give us a little comment about what happened in their breakout room?
I'm happy to say something. Lou, we started on the wrong paper. That didn't help. But I think we basically had 3 questions. Which AI tool was most effective? Which prompt was most effective? What AI literacy skills are you developing through these tasks? I think we were just sort of getting there really, but I think which prompt was most effective was the one that was most detailed. It also, so that in our case was number 3. I felt was number 3. We didn't really come to consensus on that, but obviously that also was when I was looking for research questions. Once, if I wanted to be just one, the other number 4 would have just produced one research question. But I just thought the more detail you can put into an AI, the better. So that I thought was the best prompt.
Okay. Great, thank you.
Yeah.
So the amount of detail you give it obviously affects the output you get. Did you have any idea which one you thought was best in terms of the tools for the prompt?
We didn't really have time. I quite like the idea of Cite Assistant, and I'm assuming that would give us the best citations because of the name.
Joe, from your group, just said she checked peer review references from Perplexity, and they were made up.
Right.
For which?
For Perplexity.
Perplexity, yeah, okay. Yeah, I'd hope Cite Assistant was right, given the name.
Yeah. Okay. Thank you. As for searching for sources, let me just go to that. What did people think about searching for sources?
We used a range of the tools that were offered, and ChatGPT 3.5 and 4 were both used. There was a mix of genuine sources and hallucinated ones. I can't remember what we said about Copilot. On task 2, we looked at connected papers versus litmaps. And just very, very briefly, connected papers seems to be a more useful tool because it produced more or returned more papers. Yeah, I think I would like to.
Right, thank you. It does give more papers, doesn't it? And then as for the proofreading, I'm just going to summarize what I noticed for that, which was that number 1, Grammarly had a mistake. I noticed you found that it came out with general speaking instead of generally speaking. And the other changes you had to pay for. I don't know if you tried 3.5, but when I tested it, it had mistakes in the comments and mistakes. And it also made changes that it hadn't commented on. So, and thirdly, it made nonsensical circular comments. As you can see in number 6, that's not a change. It's just repeating itself. Which led me to the conclusion, which you may have got to, which was that Copilot was better, as you might expect, being based on based on GPT-4. Although it also did omit it also failed to comment on certain changes that it made. So yeah. Okay, well, thanks for trying the activity. And back to you, Flo.